Hey guys, this is going to be a very short video. I just want to show you my personal library of, I guess media, books, DVDs, and tapes on my hobbies. Mostly, I would say the majority of this information is on knife defense, knife fighting, different techniques, what to do, what not to do, how to pick your knife, stuff like that. Most of these books, very old. Probably produced anywhere from the 70s all the way up to the mid to late 90s. Some of it's recent, but for the most part, these are older published books. Kind of hard to find. If you're into like stuff like that, I would definitely recommend checking out Paladin Press. They do a lot of like kind of underground videos, stuff that major publication companies don't really want to put out there. It's nothing illegal, but it's information that the general public wouldn't probably be interested in. Like I said, a lot of knife fighting stuff, gun tactics, all kinds of like kind of underground information. But it is, publicly available. Anyway, you see here the top shelf I'm pointing at. There's three shelves, middle and the bottom. Please ignore. I have to find a new home for all my fixed blades there. But basically, the top shelf is movies, tapes, and DVDs. The middle shelf is kind of the meat of my collection here. Again, mostly on knife defense, stuff like that. But I also have over here, I have a couple books on how to purchase different fireworks. It's kind of like a guide, like what to go by. There's actually, let's see, let me grab a couple of these and see what I got. Move these binoculars. Alright, this book tells you how to make some fireworks. This actually has, besides different building techniques, there's actually a whole list on chemical balances in here and chemical combinations. You find that, get different color. Not just, you can make firecrackers fairly easily, but to actually produce fireworks that are going to have color and different effects, such as, spinning and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's actually a fairly thin book, but there's a lot of good information here. A book on how to make cherry bombs. But besides actually making fireworks, there's stuff like this. There's a buyer's guide. And this is almost set up like an encyclopedia. And you can actually go to flea markets or wherever you're getting fireworks, and you can look up the actual name of that firework, and it gives you a description. It tells you how long it burns for, what exactly it does, what category it falls under. It's actually if you're into fireworks, this is a really great guide. I'll tell you right now. The title is Fireworks A to Z. It's a buyer's guide, and it's written by Bob Weaver. Bob Weaver does a lot of publications on fireworks. Then I have books like this, which this is basically an address book. This has a book on every single licensed firework dealer in the country, in the United States. It goes by state. Then I have other strange books like this, the Brass Knuckle Bible, which isn't specifically on brass knuckles, but it's on defensive weapons, impact weapons, and it goes on concealed carry, talks a little bit about guns. It's a general information book on weapons. But besides that, I have tons of books here, again, mostly on knife defense. But besides knife-related books, I also have books like this on camping and wilderness survival. I have a great book here on wild edible medicinal plants. And then on the bottom, I have some value books. Mostly value books on older vintage knives, but there's certainly a couple books I'll talk about in the future on some more modern knives. I believe this is actually a great book. They make one every year. This happens to be 2005. But it's almost like a manual. There's great color photos in here, all about just everything in the knife industry. What's popular, what's being made. You see here some different art knives. Just a lot of good color photos, and basically, if you don't really know a lot about the knife industry in general, this goes over a lot of what's going on. And obviously it goes by year, so it would be current if you bought a current year. But it's really interesting. And again, for the most part, this shows a lot of artsy knives and more custom-made knives. But there are different production knives in this book as well. But there's a lot of great information to be had from here. Just really awesome. Like I said, it's just called simply Knives, and then this one happens to be 2005. Let's see who the writer is. Actually, I can't find the writer. It just says it was edited by right here, Joe Kurtzman, I guess that is. You can make that out. But anyway, if you just do a search on Amazon.com for knives, 2007, 2008, whatever, if you want a more current book. But this is a great book to have. But like I said, in the future, I'll be making some reviews on some of these books and basically trying to save you guys some trouble. If there's something that I found was really disappointing in a book, or it wasn't what I thought it was, you know, I'll let you know, try to save you some aggravation in buying it yourself. Same goes for movies, or not really movies, but DVDs. One I'll tell you right off the bat, and I'll do a whole video on this probably. It's this DVD right here. It's called, whoops, I'm off screen here. It's called Little Knives, Big Trouble, okay? And it's with Lenny McGill, or Magill. Now I originally bought this thinking I would learn a bunch of stuff on some small knives, and really the power of a small knife and the effect the small knife can have. Although that's what it was loosely based on, I later found out that this DVD was actually put out by a gun magazine. You see here, gun video. And to tell you the truth, even though a lot of it was definitely entertaining. I'll tell you that right now. It was an entertaining DVD. But for the price, I think this was something like $20 or $30. It was not as informative as I would have liked. Not nearly as informative. The guy really, I mean, I don't want to put him down, but he really wasn't a knife expert. There's even a couple mistakes in here. But, you know, it's stuff like that I'll go over. And that's why, again, I want to do this. I just don't want you guys to be disappointed like I was in, you know, certain types of media, certain books. And again, like I said, I'll go over stuff that I really, really enjoyed and that I, you know, would recommend to people and, you know, stuff like that. So overall theme here is obviously knives, but I have a couple side hobbies, fireworks, camping, stuff like that is also interesting. And a couple battle song related books that I'll definitely show for my battle song fans. Here's one, not battle song related, this is just knife related. I refer to this all the time. It's called Knife Laws of the 50 States, a guide for the law-abiding traveler. Whoops, off screen again, sorry. This is written by David Wong, Esquire. And this actually is just a basic guide. Okay, it goes by state, and it tells you exactly what is pretty much legal. This is actually, he's a lawyer where he lives. He does mention here that you don't want to go 100% on this. It's a really good guide, but just because it says something here doesn't make it 100% legal. There's obviously differences in certain jurisdictions, you know, between states. But I'll just, you know, I live in Pennsylvania, so I'll go just right to Pennsylvania real quick to show you how this is set up. That happens to be on page 138. Go to 138 here. And this is how it's set up. On the top here, you have your state, okay, and then the state motto. It has some information about the state, actually. Rank is 32. And I believe how this works is it goes from safest state to the most unsafe state. So Pennsylvania is the 32nd safest state, which is pretty crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. That's that rank is for the area, for how big it is. As far as being safe, it's ranked. Oh, that's population. Oh, violent crime. It's ranked the 28th safest state. So they have like weird information like that. But besides that, it gives you a really basic chart here. Okay, folding knives, fixed blades, dirks, daggers, stilettos, automatics, and balisongs. And a very simple yes/no answer, okay, for both open carry and concealed carry. And then there's all notes, okay, that further explain, like for example, balisongs. No for open carry and no for concealed carry, but it says see note. There's certain cases you have to read about where it was actually, you know, in court found to be legal. So it's a really awesome book. You have to check that out. I know a lot of people are certainly concerned with local laws and what knives they can and cannot carry. So that is a great guide to first go by. And then once you find information in that, you can of course, you know, look further in, you know, in other books and online and stuff like that. So anyway, that's actually I didn't mean to do. I kind of did a mini review on a couple things, but I just want to show you basically here's all my stuff, and eventually I'll have some more reviews on some of these books and tapes. So once again, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.